Welcome back to another episode.
Hello.
It's his birthday today,
Indeed it is. April 16th.
but you're watching this on Friday, so it is a few days after. You only get your one day.
So unfair. Last year
You
literally
got a
whole
weekend.
month.
But that was on accident. That wasn't
You
because I
still
was
got it.
trying to make it a month.
You still got it.
Things just lined up and then it became a month. You had your weekend. You got more than a day.
I didn't get a month.
Well, I'm not gonna get a month anymore. That just happened because it happened.
Yeah.
Any whoosies, welcome back, everybody. How is everyone doing today?
Good.
That's great to hear. Were you answering good for the people, or you're answering good for yourself
We'll say both.
already? I hope it was good on the other end.
That other end?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I hope you guys are good.
How was your birthday so far?
Well, as far as the actual day today, went to work as per usual. Nobody except two people knew. Three, or yeah, I think it was just two. Yeah, Lasher and Griffin.
Do we look darker, guys? Because looking at the viewfinder, we look a little
yeah.
darker than usual.
Looking on the camera, you do look a bit darker. Yeah. Work was what it was. It was a fairly light day. So I was just kind of hanging out, taking phone calls, taking messages. My dad called me twice. Well, only one of them had to do with my birthday. The second time he was like, "Yo, what's going on out there in what the shit that's popping off right now, Israel? All the strikes and stuff that's happening."
Yeah.
Things blowing up and people happening. He was just wondering like what if we're gonna play a role or anything. I have not heard any such thing, but I did start working on what's called a NEO packet, NEO, something that we have to have prepared in the event something does pop off. Because if I get deployed, obviously you're going to be left behind, and you need to have a whole stack, or not even a stack, like an entire binder's worth of shit that would allow you to be included in the evacuation plans.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I've started working on that today, and I'm gonna be texting you and asking you for information. I need your passport number, but we'll continue that tomorrow. Yeah, no, my dad called me. Juan called me. Got a few messages here and there on Instagram, text messages, all group chats, friends back home, family. Everybody's just wishing me happy birthday. Thank you, everybody that has wished me happy birthday. I love you guys all. Miss you guys all. Family and friends back home. Hope to get to see any one of you guys soon. Yeah, today's been good. Just keeping the vibes up. It's my birthday. I'm 22. I'm feeling 22. Woo-hoo.
Alrighty. Swifty fan.
Yeah. Now we're doing this. Just go from one job to another, and then just hanging out with you for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a normal Tuesday. Not really anything different happening.
Yeah. We just got cut out early for work because we just experienced like the hail, lightning, thunderstorm of the century for like a good half hour. Right above work, it was just like lightning strikes everywhere and hail falling all over the place. And so they were like, lightning within 5, we have to leave. So yeah, we left. Now I'm home. But now it's at least around our house perfectly fine. So seems like that was short lived.
Yeah, it was just heavy winds and rain and lots of lightning pretty close by, but it wasn't too bad on our side of town.
Yep. But yeah, for my birthday this year, I lived my life dream of being in the Star Wars universe. We visited Lake Como this past weekend. I took a day off on Friday, and we began our road trip on my half day on Thursday last week. So we hit the road around like what, 1:30 ish, right?
Yeah,
1:30, two
somewhere around
o'clock.
there.
Got gas and yeah, made the 4 hour road trip all the way over there, a little bit past Milan to Lake Como. It was, to say the least, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It really felt like the stars lined up on that one as far as weather because we've had shit weather for a long time now. And then
Yeah.
for this past weekend, sun, clear skies, warm weather or hot weather throughout the day, fresh weather in the morning and at night. So honestly, the dream.
Yeah, the weather really came in for that one
Yeah.
because it has been nonstop. And even over there on that side of town, people post in like the Facebook pages, just asking throughout the weeks, like, "Hey, I'm traveling at this point. Like, what's the weather?" And everyone has been
Yeah.
saying that it's like really heavy wind, lots of rain. It's been like gloomy on that side, and then all of a sudden, the day that we get there, up until we leave,
Yep.
it's just clear skies and
Gorgeous.
hot as balls.
Yeah. Super, super gorgeous. Right. So Thursday, or well, actually, I don't want to explain too much about it because I dropped a hour and 20 minute, hour and 20 minute vlog. You guys should go watch it because it is awesome. I worked really hard putting all that stuff together, editing and doing all those things. I'm proud of my work. And yeah, no, I like last year's birthday vlog was 52 minutes, I believe. This one is an hour and 20. And
What did we even do for your birthday last year?
nothing.
But
I
why
did
was it that long?
because so the reasoning I was about to explain is because for last year it was 52 minutes, but at the same time we didn't really do much that weekend. We were really just having a normal weekend. It just happened to be my birthday. Um but it was my 21st birthday. You only turn 21 once. And I just want to, just something for the memory bank, something you can go back and watch years from now and be like, damn, that happened. What a good time. And then this time,
But what did we even do?
I don't know. I would have
I
to go
don't
back and
even
watch the
remember what
video.
was in that video other than like the morning.
Well, yeah, that was the bulk of the vlog, though, is the morning of my birthday, really my birthday. We just spent the day doing birthday things in the morning. I got a bottle of champagne. We had mimosas in the morning. Um, Opened up all my gifts. We went to a steak dinner over there. What was it called? Sullivan's over there on Fifth Ave.
Oh,
I had my
yeah.
my first official glass of red wine with a nice steak. It was delicious. Uh, Also, before that, the night before, remember I tried to finesse the little
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
21 at midnight thing, and I pulled up to the only drug alcohol store in
Drug?
Anchorage. Well, they had shit in there.
Oh.
A little drugstore. This is what it's called. Or liquor store. That's what it is. But it was the only one open, and we went around like around midnight, but it was maybe closer to 1. And yeah, we pulled up. That shit was funny because I pull up to the counter after grabbing a bottle of wine, and he's like, "Let me see your ID." I'm like, "Okay, cool." I felt confident because I'm like, I'm 21. And then he was like, "Yeah, no, this isn't gonna work." I'm like, "What do you mean? It's past midnight. It's April 16th. I am 21." He was like, "Yeah, but legally, as far as the transactions go, this won't fly because it won't count until the next like business day or whatever. So when they opened in the morning, that's when I would have been allowed to come back and go. But at that point, I was just like, nah, fuck this. I'm gonna just go to the gas station on base and buy whatever I want." So that was kind of funny to me. Just like attempting my first legal purchase of alcohol, and I got rejected. Um, yeah, no. But that's just the kind of stuff. That's why I recorded so much and made it a 50-minute vlog, because these things happen, and it's just like, you know, now I can go back and watch how funny that is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, and then obviously we've just gone to Lake Como, so I got to live my Star Wars dream. She had a lot of fun activities and dinners planned, and yeah, no, this is for me going to be one of the more memorable birthdays. Like, yeah, I'm turning 22. I don't really care about turning 22. It was mostly the destination for me and the fact that it is for my birthday. So I made it an hour and 20 minutes.
Yep.
But
Quite the long one.
yeah, you think that's long? Literally, each day alone, without cutting any of it, was an hour by itself. Like Thursday, even though most of that was road tripping and hanging out, all the footage that we got on Thursday was an hour and like 5 minutes long. I cut that down all the way to 20 minutes. Then Friday, which was the big day for me, my Star Wars picture via del Barbianello, and then the dinner later for my little birthday dinner. Um, that was the next 20 minutes, but that was about 2 hours worth of footage, not cut, just on Friday alone. I cut that down all the way down to 20 minutes. So props to me on that one. And then Saturday was another hour by itself.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that I managed to cut like 3 4 hours worth of shit into an hour and 20 minutes is to me a feat that should be celebrated, and you should watch the entire thing, because I kept all the important stuff in, all the cool stuff in, and now I can look back on years from now and see the shit that mattered and see what was funny, see what was cool and whatever.
It's literally a movie.
Yeah, it's a little movie, but I like it. I haven't seen it yet, but I did enjoy the flow of it that I put together. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll watch it back after or later in a few days and just like see how it turned out. But like I sped through it and I like it. Proud of it. I hope you guys enjoyed as well. And if you didn't comment happy birthday, well, I guess you don't like me. I don't know.
All of the 3 people that are gonna watch it.
No, we get enough views. We get a fair amount of views for the stage that we're at in our YouTube career.
I mean, yeah, but it is a very long video.
Yeah, and it's a good one. It's intriguing stuff. Every single I believe every single minute of it is intriguing. So I don't know. It's up to you whether you want to watch the full thing or not. I had fun editing it. I'm probably gonna have fun watching it in a few days, a few years from now. Honestly, that one's more for me than it is for the people.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Life's just been good. The weekend was perfect. And again, thank you for planning the whole thing. I had a really good time. I was just happy to be there. She really put everything together, and props to her because she did it perfect for what would be the first time that anybody goes to Lake Como. You get the big activities out of the way, the tourist stuff and whatever, and then towards the end, we were just really just hanging out and just doing whatever we found. So it was a good time.
Yeah. Good stuff. It was fun.
Yep. Next time we're planning on making it more of like a relax, chill on the water. We were supposed to have rented a boat that I was going to be able to drive around the lake, but unfortunately the scheduling didn't work out. So, yeah, next time we're going to do that. We're going to, hang out on the beach and literally just vibe. Yeah.
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 I'm tired. I have no energy.
That's apparent.
Yeah.
I feel good. I'm happy.
Well, at least you're happy.
So you're not
No,
happy?
I
or
am
what?
happy. I'm just saying, like, I'm glad you're in a good mood because you're the birthday boy.
Who just wished me a happy birthday? Who's that? Some person just DM me on Instagram. Thank you to whoever you are. Oh, actually, I got to pull out my notes. This time we're going with the notes on the phone, ladies and gentlemen.
You've been going notes on phone. You haven't
No,
really pulled out the.
no, the last few have been on your iPad.
I don't remember.
Yeah, the last few have been on
Maybe.
your iPad. A few before that, laptop. Yeah, but being that it's my birthday, she was like, "What do you want to talk about?" and whatever. I don't know. I have this. I've just been feeling like having this sort of a meaningful conversation. It's just what's on my heart and what's on my mind, and I think it's always a good topic or a good few topics to just like you got to talk about these things because it's crazy stuff the life that we live. But first, I want to start off with asking you what three things you're grateful for in life and why.
You're weenie.
Wow.
That was just the first thing that came to mind. Sorry.
That's the first thing that came to mind. Of all things in life to be grateful for, you
Oh,
chose
because
my
everything
wiener.
everything else was
It's
just
not even
like
that big.
so complicated to think about, and that was just the first thing to come to mind.
You need help.
You don't want me to be grateful for
I don't know. I don't know if grateful is the right word
it.
for somebody's private part. Like, yeah, I love
Okay,
your private parts, but
you as a whole.
okay, that's like one thing. Why are you
Yeah,
grateful for me? Explain.
because you're a weenie.
Oh my god. Again, it gets the job done.
Oh, shut up.
It's a size.
You're so stupid. Um, what was the question again?
Three things you're grateful for. But you said me, so
Uh huh.
we'll start there. Why are you grateful for me? Other than private parts.
That's no fun. Um, well, I mean, obviously you saw the life that I was living before you and the relationship that I was in before you, and you really helped get me out of a mess and just kind of not balanced me out. Is that the right way to say it? I don't know. You kind of just like put me in a good spot in life and like my mental state. It took some work, but like
A
again, that's
lot.
just something that I'm thankful for, that the patience was there
Yeah.
and the willingness to help. But yeah, um yeah, I just don't think that like I actually think about it pretty often that like it's so weird to picture our relationship before, or just like us being friends and then seeing where we're at now. Like I couldn't, I don't know, it's just weird to picture because
Why?
just seeing like the kind of people that we were at that time and then like seeing how we do things now and like how we are in our relationship wasn't what I was like picturing, I guess, but then I couldn't even tell you what exactly I was picturing when we were friends and like knowing that we were going to start dating. I don't know, it's just so weird. I think cuz we we were kids and like we were in a different state of mind and more on that kid side of life.
Maybe
And
you.
obviously,
I've been ready for this shit.
no, but you acted like a child. Like,
Well, I'm always gonna act like even now I act like a child, but like my
no, but
mind
there's
is.
definitely like been growth. Like I saw the maturity change.
What do you mean? Wait. What do you mean?
What do you mean what I mean? Like you matured as a person
In what way? I feel
in
like.
everything.
Well, but like what specifically? Because everything is way too all encompassing for me to like
Well, I just said like you
pinpoint
were a
what.
little you were just like more of a high school kid that was just doing things in life, and now that's just like a different person kind of.
So I do things. I'm not getting it.
You've just matured just like anybody would have. as you go through life, but we skipped a few years and started life way sooner than other people do. So, yeah, it's a big jump to see who you were in high school and then a few years later with not that much time in between is they're two completely different people.
Yeah.
Because I saw all the shit that you would do and how you would act in high school. And
Yeah.
that's
I mean,
obviously a different side.
not that I was crazy, but yeah, no, I definitely
Yeah.
was. I was definitely more reckless. I mean, you're in high school, you're doing stupid shit, and now I'm just like grandpa. Like, get off my lawn, you kids. Nah, yeah, that is true. I've taken on this challenge because I've always wanted to be married young. I've always wanted to start a family young. But obviously in high school, you're not taking that too seriously. But when I knew that I wanted to be with you and not just be with you, but like marry you and all that stuff, like I definitely did take it upon myself to carry that weight on my shoulders of just like stepping up, getting that next level of being a man and then doing the things that I need to do. I'm definitely not the perfect man. I try my hardest. I have my failures on a daily basis, but yeah, I definitely make that effort every single day. And I don't know, hopefully I don't disappoint you too often. I do try not to disappoint.
Yeah.
I try to do
Yes.
good.
Yes, we got it. Yeah,
um
you do. I
yeah,
think everybody sees that too.
yeah. There was a lot of moments throughout like even our friendship and early on in our dating life that I would just like I don't know. I break down or like I crash because I always have this I always put this heavy weight on myself, but it's because I want to be great. So I feel like I don't have to put myself through the suffering, but I want to put myself in situations where I'm uncomfortable. That way I can build myself up to be who I need to be. Yeah. What else are you grateful for? Two other things.
Booty.
I said not private parts.
Oh. Um, yeah, I feel like a lot of it all just kind of ties into the same thing. Like just our position in life right now. Like that's not something like if you told me that this was what my life was going to be when I was like a sophomore, junior in high school, I would have thought you were insane. Like this is nowhere near where I thought we would have been in life.
Where'd you think we would have been?
Well, not even just like as a we. I just mean like myself too. Like
Where'd
I,
you think you were going to be now?
well, I mean, it goes for both of us. I definitely wouldn't have thought that we would have even got together and got married at the time that we did, or just started dating to begin with. And then just myself. I mean, obviously we've talked about it a few times, but I had a set plan in life, and I just completely threw that under the rug.
Sure did.
Like went the opposite direction, but I mean, I'm not complaining. Like that's what I'm saying. I'm thankful to be in this position that I'm in, but it's insane to think about
Yeah.
like knowing the the plans that like we had set for ourselves. And like maybe you already had that like goal to get to where we are now.
Yeah, I didn't have a timetable on it because obviously, why would I put a timetable on what our relationship may or may not be or where we're supposed to be at? But I always had this rough guideline of what I would like for our life to be, even before we started dating, even when we were quote unquote friends. Like, I always had this idea of just like this. This is not this. She's not an object. She is what I want,
Jeez.
and this is what I want to do with her. Um, yeah. So then you're grateful for our life that we live.
Yeah.
What what about our life makes you grateful?
What do you mean? We're living in Italy.
Yeah, and
We're in a position, I mean, of course, thanks to the military, but they're great and all, I guess. But because of that, we do have the chances to live a life that live a life and experience things that some people will never get to do.
yeah,
Like, for one, living in a different country, or just being able to travel to all the places that, we have access to. That's stuff that not a lot of people will ever do in their lives or get the chance to do. So we are very lucky.
we are. We definitely are blessed. Last thing.
Eh, I guess just like the support of friends and family, because I mean, again, it ties back to us in the end, but it took some convincing or just like a lot to go through in the beginning when we were explaining like this is the route that we want to go. And although there were some thoughts and opinions, there the support was still there and is very much there now.
That was the why.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
the whole explanation.
yeah, it's good stuff. I'm glad you're grateful for all those things. It's always good stuff to be grateful for. Me, um, honestly, it's been on my mind all day today that I'm simple, or I'm grateful for the simplest things today. Today specifically, honestly, because on a daily basis, I'm grateful for a lot of things, but today specifically, I am grateful to even one be breathing, just be breathing, be alive, and that's just because like kind of like what you said. Right now, I'm living a life that I had no image of growing up at all. Not once growing up did I ever think, yeah, I'm gonna join the military. I'm gonna like yeah, I wanted to be married young and do all that young, but join the military? No, I was the farthest. I never even thought about it until I made that kind of snap decision at the beginning of my senior year. Because I've said this probably in previous videos or whatever that my senior year started, and everybody, that's the time that you're submitting college applications or at least finalizing them, and you're thinking about where you want to go and whatever. And everybody was submitting their stuff. My friends, you know, going for UCF, other places in state, out of state, whatever. And then the conversation would kind of then get to me, and they're just like, "So, what are you thinking?" I don't know. That was my answer. I don't know. And you're like, well, you should probably, figure that out because you should probably go to college. But I've never been like a school guy, and even from elementary school, like I don't know, like you do the work because you have to. But then like when we first moved to Weston in fourth grade, I was just not having it, not having it. I didn't do any homework, and that's where I got to get close with one of my best friends and brothers now. He got me to doing homework and like improve my grades and everything. He basically made my grades what he did the work, not really I. I was just kind of there like, oh yeah, I guess I should do it too.
I'm glad the camera cut off when it did because there was a bug right next to me. It was on the bed.
Yeah. As some of you guys may know, our camera has a 30-minute limit and it cut off, and then we went to go turn it back on, but there was literally a stink bug next to her left butt cheek. I don't know how or why that was there.
I don't. It was probably on me and I didn't even know because how did I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah.
I'm disgusted.
Anyways, my mom personally hired Rob to come over to our house every day after school, do homework with me, and he really did it. He really did it. We were in the back of my dad's car, just outside with the trunk open, doing homework in there, up in the trees in the park of the neighborhood. Like, yeah. Um, I don't know where I was going with that.
I don't know either. Oh,
Well,
college
yeah,
and
yeah,
military
yeah,
things.
yeah. No, I've just never been a fan of school. So I did a lot of a lot of thinking. I had a lot of conversations with people, but the one that resonated with me the most was probably one of the ones I had with, I don't remember if it was both of my parents or my dad, but then he mentioned, oh, I was in the army many, many years ago. And I was like, well, I'm not doing that. Well, he was like, or he said, like, oh, well, you don't have to join the army, but like military is always a good option. A lot of people do that. And like the way I say that I had never thought about it in my life up to that point, thinking about joining, well, like when he mentioned that, I was like, I didn't even know that was an option. Like that's how out of the loop I was. Like, yeah, I knew the military existed, but like really doing that straight out of high school, I didn't even know that was a thing. Like, who does that? Was my mentality. But I did research, did a lot of thinking, a lot of praying, and one day I just woke up somewhere early there in senior year, and I was just like, something, something told me. It was in my heart, like in my brain, just join the Air Force, join the Air Force, join the Air Force. It really felt like a godsend of just like, this is your path. And I was fully convinced. Like when I woke up that morning and that's what was all over like every cell in my body, that's what you need to do. I was just like, fuck it, join the Air Force. And it's the best decision I could have ever made for my life at the moment. Um, Obviously, it's given me this opportunity to marry you. It's given me the opportunity to live in Italy, live in Alaska. Um, it's given me the opportunity that if I want to, I can go the distance, go 20 years, retire at 38, live a fucked off life for the rest of my life, get make money with just for breathing, the same way that I do now, except I don't have to do the work. Um, yeah, and when I came out with that announcement, I feel like I can't remember exactly, but I feel like everybody was like what? Where did that come from? I don't know how else to explain it other than it was a literal godsend. There's no part of me ever that thought about that. And then just to make that just wake up one morning and it's all over my brain this is your path. This is your path. Like that's all I was feeling all inside my body. So yeah, I went for it. I didn't really have an explanation for people, like I just said. I just said I'm joining the Air Force and that's what I'm doing. Boom. That was it. There was nothing more to it. And they were like, "Well, you should still." A few people were like, "You should still apply to college and think about that just so that you have it there. Like if you get accepted, that's still a path." And I'm just like, no, no, I don't want to do that. Don't want to go to college. I don't see college as beneficial to me. I don't have anything that I would want to specifically study. So yeah, no, yeah. Uh, Today, the number one thing I'm grateful for is just the simple ability to breathe and to live. Because not a lot of people get to wake up every day and breathe and live. Not a lot of people get the opportunity to just make a life changing decision when they want. And that's the number one simple thing I can be grateful for. Number two, geez, the dryer's going crazy. uh, the ability to experience love. I have been so obsessed for years. She was, you were, I made you very aware of my journey of like figuring out love when we were in our quote unquote best friendship.
Yeah.
Um, because you
I
know,
don't think you never said the word love ever.
no, I don't, I never really told, because I've never been in a relationship before her, and I specifically did that because I'm just like, my parents got divorced young, dad didn't live with us, and so the way I saw it from my first person view was, wow, my parents, who, even though I knew, I was very much aware of their troubles, but it's just like, they got married. You have this fantasy idea that your parents are so in love, and but then all of a sudden shit goes wrong. It's just like, damn, well then what even is love? What is real love? What's the kind of love that will go the distance? And for the life of me, I could not answer that question on my own, because it's just like, what do I know? At the time, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think my when I turned 16, I was also questioning it. Like, I only really figured out what love was when I hit like 17, 18. And even then, I can't really explain it now. It's this inexplicable thing. But I know I'm in it. I know that I'm experiencing it with her, with friends, with family. Um, yeah, I searched high, low. I asked family. I asked friends. I asked the parents of my friends, because my parents, some their parents, or not my parents, my friends, their parents. Pretty sure all the parents are still married of all my friends. Actually, maybe not one. Or never mind, never mind. Yeah, they're all together. So I'm just like, damn. So why why did I get the shit end of the stick? Um, and I asked a lot of people, and then through going to church and the youth group that I was a part of towards the end of high school, like I even went to church asking that question, like, yo, what is love? And just trying to figure it out. I could never ever get the answer I was looking for until one day this was during COVID, that I stayed at my dad's for 2 weeks. I was just like having a mental fucking breakdown in my room that he had in his house for me. I'm just like, yo, like, what is love? Like, oh my God. And then I'm just kind of staring at the ceiling, just defeated by this question. And then I realized, like, damn, I'm in love, because like I knew that I had strong feelings for her, because that's when we were kind of at the peak of our quote
Friendship.
unquote friendship. I was like, well, shit, this is love. But it was so hard to define, because I'm just like I know I have strong feelings for her, but like, is it love? Like, yeah. And then I just kind of had that moment on the floor where I'm like, holy fuck, like I'm in love. I'm in love with this girl. I'm in love with her. And it was such a freeing moment, where that's kind of where I started to develop and see this life. And it wasn't some delusion, because obviously I'm living the life now. Um, like I saw it all, and I was like, holy fuck, like I need to pursue this. I need to pursue her. Like I need to do this for real. Um, yeah, no, love to me, I know, I know I'm in it, but I can't sit here and tell you what love is. Like I couldn't explain to you my love for you. It just is. And I find it such a miracle of life, love, just the very concept of it, like how it makes relationships and maintains them over time. And the careful nurturing that you have to have for it. And like we were talking about on one of the previous podcasts, like, yeah, at a certain point, love isn't just this just lust for another person or whatever. It's a choice. And once I started to figure that out, and oof, it's such an amazing thing. Love is such an amazing thing. And it's not just the love that I have for her. It's again that I have of my friends and family. It's it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Number 3. Hmm, honestly, all day today that I've been thinking about it, I couldn't get past those two things. I cannot honestly think about any two things that I'm more grateful for today. Um, but number 3, I would say hmm, I don't know, because I don't want to sit here and like exclude you out of my thing, but I kind of did just include you in both the two things that I just talked about. Just the ability to breathe and exist and live the life that I live with you, the choices that I've made, like it all led to us being able to come together. And I'm so grateful for that. And then I'm so grateful for the love that we share, the relationship that we share. Um, yeah, you fall into both of those. So number 3, and honestly, this kind of feels weird to say, but maybe this should have been number 1. But more than anything, I am grateful for God. I really am. Because without Him, none of it is possible. And putting those two things before God is maybe a little weird, but hmm, maybe I should put that at number 1, because without that, the other two things are impossible, and the rest of everything is impossible. So let's change up the order. We'll say God, breathing, love. That's a good one. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, I'm definitely. I can make my list forever and ever. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for my family, friends. I'm grateful for my financial position, because although we're doing this YouTube thing to grow our financial position, I've said most recently that I could cut this all off right now. I could be like, you know what, babe, I don't want to do this shit anymore. I'm still happy because I'm grateful for what I have. I really am. Um, yeah, no, there's so many things in life. I That's a whole conversation in itself. But yeah, that was kind of one of the other, just a little other note you have. Where's my phone at? Oh no, my brain. I don't know how to work without my notes. Oh no.
Well, they don't get up and walk away.
I think it did. Oh, there it is.
Uh huh. You have an eyelash.
Um, next up on my little list, I wonder to you what the meaning of life is.
Very difficult question.
Yeah. Well, these are the things that are on my mind and that I would like to talk about today on my 22nd birthday.
Mm-hmm. Mm, I think it's just to find somebody that you love and just experience life together. Because I, I can't even put it into words, but like that's like what is the other purpose? You're not gonna be single your whole life and do absolutely nothing. I guess I mean you can, but like I feel like that's really the shitty end of the stick there. if that's the life you chose.
Yeah, I mean, no disrespect to single pink people. Like, if you're happy, cool. But I do agree. I don't know what a single life has to offer that a married one, or at least if you don't want to be married, if you don't want to make that legally binding thing or whatever,
Still have
yeah, have
somebody.
a relationship, somebody to do something with. Because even if you're single, yeah, friends, family, but what about somebody that's always going to be with you, be there for you, no matter what?
And just experiencing certain things with another person, I think, is just overall a better experience than doing things by yourself. I feel like you don't get those you don't get to feel like certain emotions or like excitement in a way that you would in a relationship if you're single.
Yeah, you definitely don't get. Yeah, I think being able to express, because I think even if you're single doing something versus doing it when you're in a relationship, you just don't get to express those things if you're single, because then you're just experiencing it inside of yourself. And like, yeah, that's cool. Like, you're still experiencing it and it's happening, but like being able to share that and express that with somebody next to you, I think that's way better and more important.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's your meaning of life, to find somebody to love and just live life together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fair. I I would go around the same. I think we're here on this earth to love one another, to experience just anything and everything, good and bad, because you know no good comes without bad. No bad happens without something good happening first. It's just the up and down. The up and down in life is probably the best thing about life, in my opinion. Um, yeah, loving relationships.
Yeah, because I mean, not to get technical here, but how else are people made? That's the whole reason why we're here.
Yeah,
It's because everyone before us just kept on popping them out.
popping them out.
But you're not popping them out if you don't have somebody. And that love isn't there to pop one out.
Yeah. One of the other meanings of life, actually, that's more of the next thing. But yeah, I think we agreed there. The meaning of life, the reason why we do anything is to just live the best life we can with the best person that we can find, and then just fuck shit up together, just be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, then that was a fairly short point, to be honest. I expected more, but I mean, it's a
It's
fairly
not really much to it.
yeah, it's a fairly simple answer. I guess I didn't think about that before.
You
But
could speak more to it, but that's the general answer.
I mean, I can't really think of much else to say, because what other
I mean,
thing?
it's more of just like throwing examples out of there if you're comparing, a relationship compared to somebody who wants to be by themselves or just things in life.
You know,
You can compare a lot of things, and a lot of it is going to point to if you're in the relationship or you have that person there with you through life, your experience is going to be 10 times better.
yeah. Well, then, you think that's the meaning of life? Do you feel like, as an individual, you have a purpose? Do you think you have a purpose in this world? Something that you're meant to, you know, fulfill?
I couldn't give you an answer
Why?
because that's a lot to think about. Like I truly couldn't give you an answer. Like there isn't something that I feel like this is what I have to do.
Have you ever tried to search for what that is?
I mean, I guess
Have you found anything?
Well, no, that's why I'm telling you I can't give you an answer.
Well, have you found anything worth exploring?
Not really.
Being like, oh, maybe this is my avenue, or maybe this is something I'm interested in.
Not really.
Why do you think?
I don't know. I think it's more of like why I don't know. It's just not something I care to pay attention to.
Why don't you care to pay attention to what your purpose may be?
Because why?
Why?
I'm just living my life.
Well, yeah, you're just living your life, but that's just all you're doing. That seems like
Well, yeah, but
fairly pointless, doesn't it?
that just ties into the whole asking of like what's the meaning of life then? Because my answer would essentially be the same if that's the way that you want to put it.
Well, yeah, but that's
Because
why I asked.
the purpose would be to the same answer that it was the meaning of life.
No, but the meaning of life is definitely different than your individual purpose, because obviously
Not
there's a
really.
meaning.
It's
There's a
just
meaning and a general goal of life.
finding your way of doing life, but in terms of that.
Yeah. So I believe that there's a general meaning to life, something that you should want to pursue. But like you said, there's maybe a certain way you want to do that, or an effect you want to have on not just within your own self, but on other people. I think that probably purpose, one's self purpose, is far greater than the actual meaning of life, because without that self purpose, that innate drive to do stuff, what's the point of doing anything? Because if you genuinely believe that there just is no purpose to you or life, then like what's even the point of doing it? What's the point of pursuing anything? You may as well just sit there and like, well, I'm just here, so like that doesn't seem empty to you.
Well, that's not what I'm saying what my answer is. I'm just saying I don't have a definite answer to give you. Like for me, that's still tying into what the meaning of life is because, and then I can just say, like, my purpose was to find my person and go on adventures and just experience life. Like, there isn't anything specific that I feel like need to bring a message to somebody or like I have a specific goal for somebody.
You don't feel like there's something that you can contribute to this world?
No.
Why?
That's because what?
Okay, so we're trying to build a platform, right?
Yeah,
There
that's
has to be
just
something that you have to offer to these people that would maybe follow us, subscribe to us.
not really in a way that it's like, here's a message that I want you guys to listen to.
But then what makes us worth being subscribed to?
Because we have a different experience in life compared to lots of people. And sharing that is fun.
Sharing that is fun.
I'm seeing this more as like the content creator side of it, of like, you're
Well, you can be a
just,
content creator but have purpose within your content.
yeah, and there are some people who build up channels and pages strictly for certain topics that they want to, talk about. But for me, it's more about we have a unique life and live in ways that a lot of people don't. And sharing that is fun. Just
So
sharing our perspective on things.
you don't think there's something more that we can offer? Because I would want to offer more than just showing how unique or cool our life
Well,
is. Because
it's even if with the stuff that we do put out, yeah, there's things that you can take out of it. But again, that's like, that just goes to what I had already said. Like, showing our life can show people that, I mean, you can really divide our channel into a lot of things. You can go, you want to go relationship wise, you want to go on adventurous things. Like, you can pick out a lot of things out of our channel. But I feel like with our channel specifically, that ties into what I had said of just enjoying life with your person. Because essentially, that is what we're showing on our channel. We've talked about our relationship, we talked about the troubles and things that we had to go through, we talked about how to maintain the relationship and what that's like and what to expect. We bring that message out of showing that, like, hey, this life is possible, even though, we started at such a young age and it's not the usual life that most people plan for, but it's possible. But these are the things that you should be aware of or take into account. And then you can also go into the side of like, because obviously you're watching all these people on social media, and a good portion of people are thinking, that's what I want. That's what I want to do. What is happening with our
I don't
washer?
know. That thing is tweaking.
I've never heard it do that before.
Me neither.
Anywhoosies, with social media, everybody's sharing their lives, and then especially when it comes to influencers or whatever, they live a life that's completely different and have many more opportunities and experiencing things that people don't get the chance to do. And that goes for us. So we put our life out there and show our experiences. And
That
that's just stuff that like you watch and think like, I want to get to a point in life where I can experience that.
that doesn't seem like a a purpose or a something worth following.
I guess if that's what you want to call it.
Do you think that you can take this at some point into that kind of avenue where it's not just showing our life or showing what's possible? Like, you think somewhere along the way you might be able to see it as like a like a, this is this is my way of bringing something to the world, some form of positivity or education.
I mean, I guess, yeah, but that's kind of the whole reason of social media and that life anyways.
I guess it just seems very general. I think that everybody should try to find a individual purpose within themselves, something that gives them a drive on a daily basis outside of just the regular materialistic, like, oh, I want money, or I want this, I want that, like something that makes you want to do that, something that makes you want to pursue those things, and not only just have it for yourself but be able to spread it with others. I think that everybody should have that within themselves. I think personally, my purpose in this life is to love and inspire, honestly, because I'm a very I'm a very loving person. I care for everybody. I love everybody. I remember having a conversation with, I believe it was with Chris. Yeah, it was like sophomore year or something. Um, it was after school one day where he was like, you know, like, how are you doing? Because I finally had started to talk about like how, oh, like I'm doing better, like I'm starting to be happier and whatever. And I've come to the conclusion that I just love the world. I just love the world because I was so consumed by this hatred for literally everything for so long, and it really ate me up inside throughout all of middle school, through freshman year of high school, a bit of sophomore year. But I finally just let go of the hate and and what's the grudge that I had against, you know all the shit that I went through as far as whatever happened with my parents. And so, yeah, I took that on as like being my purpose, just to love, to spread love, because that to me, like I pointed out earlier, is one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful thing in this world is love. That I see it as what makes the world go round, kind of thing. Um, I also, I think it was in the last podcast, right, that I talked about how I liked to post in middle school and high school, like, one of those daily Bible verses kind of things, because I had an app for it. I would screenshot it and put it out. And I enjoyed seeing the reaction that people had, responding to my Snapchat and Instagram story. Be like, yo, like, I really needed to hear this today. Or, like, this is the perfect message. Like, wow. So many positive responses. And that to me, I get joy out of making other people happy. I get joy out of serving. Serve.
Mm-hmm.
I really get joy out of that. So all the efforts that I do for you to make you happy, it's because, like, yeah, I want to make you happy and everything. I love you, but it fulfills me. I'm doing that because I believe it's my purpose and this is what I need to do. And it's not just with you, with friends. I love having meaningful conversations and letting them know, like, hey, I love you, and no matter what, I always love you, no matter what the bullshit. I always try to be there for somebody if they want me to be there. Of course, I won't force myself upon anybody. Um, yeah, that to me is my individual purpose, and I challenge anybody listening or watching that if you don't feel like you found your purpose, like try to search for that, because to me, I see. I don't know, like I don't want to call you empty because you're not an empty person. Like you have a great mind and heart on you, but there's just something that like an individual purpose within yourself that makes your wheels turn on a daily basis. Like that makes life all the better, because then that's just something you're always chasing to achieve and do.
I mean, that just goes to exactly what I said.
Yeah.
So I answered your question.
Well, yeah, but
Because you're basically saying exactly what I said. There's not really much different.
I don't know. I just feel like the way I interpret what you're saying, I don't know. I don't. What did you say again?
I literally said to love and experience life in the best way possible.
All right, but that was your answer for the meaning of life,
That's
wasn't it?
why I said it's just going to tie into that question because that's that's what my answer would be.
So individually, you also think your purpose is to just love and experience.
I'm just trying to live the best life. That's yeah, I guess. But I feel like that's essentially everybody's goal.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That your individual purpose can't just be also everybody else's goal. Like everybody has a different purpose in this life. Everybody has something different to offer to bring to the table. That's what I'm trying to challenge is what is that for you? What do you bring to the table that somebody else might not be able to? What can you give to somebody, fulanito de tal, on the street? What can you give to this man or woman that say I can't or our neighbor can't? That's kind of the individual purpose that I would want you or whoever else to find. Because I just think that gives a special kind of profound meaning to your own life and to just the world in general. When I when I found my purpose, it made me see life a lot differently than when I didn't feel like I had one. Because I felt kind of I was always kind of lost without it. Just kind of like, yeah, like I want to do this, And that seems like something cool, but like nothing, there's nothing that really pulls your heart in a certain direction. I just think you're just doing general shit just because you feel like you should do it and whatever. I don't know, maybe I don't word myself correctly. I'm trying to articulate myself as best as possible, but like I wish other people could really read what's on my brain. But hopefully if you got what I'm trying to say, like maybe you take me up on my challenge. Maybe, you know, something for you to think about other than just the general basic things that you would think of in a regular conversation such as this one. It's something worth exploring within yourself to then be able to put out to the world. The best way that I can put it is the way that I just put it now. What can you offer that somebody can't?
I think it's more of that, like, I don't really, because in this world, like, I don't care to be selfish
Why not?
because that's because nowadays, like, you have to be.
You don't have to be.
In order to get on top, you kind of do. Because you can't let everybody know your ways of doing things because then that just gives them the chance to get better at what you're trying to do, and then they're the ones that are on top now because of it.
Well, I'm not saying like expose all your secrets to the world and
No,
then
I'm not
somebody
saying
else
that.
is.
I'm just saying, like, I don't care to be selfish in
Well,
that
yeah,
way.
in
Like,
some
I don't
way,
really care to. I'm not saying that I don't want to help people. Like, I help people with certain things in life, but at the same time, I don't care to keep things to myself because I'm trying to live my best life and to
well,
get to the
I'm
top
trying to
over
live
anybody
my
else.
I'm trying to live my best life. I'm trying like yeah, at some points you do have to be selfish. You like you said, you got to do certain things a certain way to be able to get there that somebody can't. But that doesn't mean to me like that's where you and I differ. Like I'm not just always gonna try and be selfish just because I want to get to the top and you can't because I want to. I I mean that's
I
pretty
think we just differed in that whole side of things because you feel like you need those things to be fulfilled. Like you just
yeah,
said,
cuz
like you felt more complete once you figured out those certain things in life.
yeah, but I think I'm trying to say like it has to be important to everybody. It should be because without a specific meaning of life, a purpose in yourself, or these kinds of things, like I just think it's an empty life to live to just be doing the basic shit that everybody else is doing, and then you just kind of live life, do your best. Okay, did you do your best? Yeah, hopefully. Did you get to where you wanted to be? Maybe, maybe not. Well, now just kind of live off the rest of your days. That to me is just an empty life, just going through the motions until you die. I think that no matter what career you're in, maybe you're a janitor, maybe you're a social media influencer, maybe you're in the military, or maybe you're a teacher or whatever. There has to be something more. There has to be because I don't see why else we're just put on this earth other than our parents had sex. Now I'm here. Like, why am I here? What am I going to do?
Well, that just goes into why people go to school, why people have a career, why people do the things that they love. That's that's just life.
Yeah, but I'm saying there's more to life.
Yeah, but some people do those things and choose to live that life because that's what they want. Some people like a 9 to 5. Some people like
Well, yeah, you
not
can do
having the
your.
freedom to
You can.
experience other things and would rather live a non-social,
No, that's
quiet
perfectly
life.
fine. That's why I gave regular examples as well. Just like your everyday job, it could be that, or it could be something extraordinary. Either way, I think that there has to be for this extraordinary person or just the regular 9 to 5 something, some lasting impression on this world. Because I can't speak to what all the great people in history have done specifically before they were world famous or whatever. I can't give specific examples right now. Damn.
I mean, it all just kind of falls into what the whole purpose of a career is. Because you find what you love, you go and do it, and then now you're going to use that to either help the people or whatever it is with the job. Say you're a freaking firefighter. You want to be a firefighter because you want to save people.
Yes.
That's what they feel like their purpose is.
Yeah. And it could be something as simple as a literal career decision. But for me,
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that like that's you're speaking so far to it that it can just be I want to be your firefighter. That's my purpose. You're speaking so much to it as if like there's so much beyond that when it can just be I want to be a lawyer because I want to help all these people.
yeah,
I want to get them out of shitty situations.
yeah. I guess I'm trying to dig for something more because I always think that there is more. There always is more to life.
I mean, yeah, there can be, but that's not always going to be the case.
Yeah. Well, so then that kind of brings me back to you. Is just like you said to love and experience.
Yeah. Well, obviously, because like I said, my career path is out the door.
You can
So
always go back.
it's not very ideal.
Yeah.
But with the life that I have, it is to just
Okay, so then
take in these experiences and enjoy life, creating memories. And I mean, we do YouTube for a reason. It's because we're sharing that. And like, I mean, I already said it earlier. Like, you can take out a lot of things out of our videos that you can throw in
but
that perspective of,
because then that's other people taking from our videos.
yeah, but that's in a way of, like I said, see it on the other side. The reason why people become influencers is because they're trying to show people that certain things are possible, even if you are just a regular person. At the end of the day, we are two just regular people, but we do live the life that we do, and that things are possible. And then we also, have our side of on the relationship side. There's a lot to take from that. We're putting these things out because we're showing people that that's possible, that you can do these kinds of things, and that they're however they want to do it, that they can reach this point in life.
Hmm. Then, because you said that you haven't really searched for what your individual purpose is. Do you
Because
think
that's what I feel like it is. That's not really
what?
me trying to search for it. That's just my purpose is to. Well, now my purpose is different, but my purpose is to live life and just
Live life?
experience. Because obviously, I don't have that career anymore. Like
Okay, but
that's not the purpose
now we
anymore.
have this. We're trying to make this into
Yes,
something.
I already explained.
Okay.
You keep going back.
Because I don't know. I'm guessing. I guess I'm looking to hear you say something specific. I don't because if you didn't go down the career path that was or that you wanted initially, I guess the question I'd be wanting to ask is like, are you then going to turn your focus and try to find a purpose in this and try to, instead of us just like having something that people are taking away from, something that you're giving for them to take?
That's literally what I said. That's what the whole purpose of our videos are. It's to give people that hope.
In the words of shit, Kevin Garnett when the Celtics won the championship. Anything is possible.
Alrighty. That's honestly just like the life as an influencer to begin with.
Well, okay, but then you keep going back to saying these like general things.
It's not
You,
general. I'm saying with what we do,
yeah.
that that's what the message is.
So then I
That's
so
what you take away from our videos. That's the whole point of posting the things that we do.
then you'd be willing to say that this, God willing, it turns into something great and big and awesome. You would find fulfillment in knowing that what we do is having that positive effect on people.
Yeah, I guess so.
That would make you happy.
I mean, I enjoy posting these videos. Yeah.
You, but it makes you happy knowing that people would be like, "Oh, this made my day," or like,
I mean, yeah, that just, like I said, we've helped many people with a lot of things that we've posted in our videos. I'm not there ignoring it. I'm there freaking replying to emails from people that,
brand deals, money.
nope, that wasn't what I was talking about.
Oh, but yeah, because there was a few people that straight up emailed you.
Yeah, because my freaking email are on my social media accounts, and I don't know why you can't just DM me. It had to be so formal, but whatever.
Maybe they're not trying to be all up in your personal business. They want to have a professional question and answer kind of thing.
I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the reason I tried diving into that so hard is because I can be a bit like tunnel vision, just ambitious. Like I want to do this and I will do it, and that's part of like the competitive spirit that I have sometimes with like a simple game or you know when I used to play basketball or whatever. Like
Yeah,
I want to win.
that's what I'm saying. Like for you, you see it as that there's so much more and that there's so much beyond because that's what you want. But it can be as simple as whatever it is.
I guess it can be.
Because some people do genuinely get enjoyment out of a life that some may see as boring
Yeah,
or isn't their typical way of doing things.
yeah, yeah. That's fair. I do tend to. I don't want to say I tend to forget that life is so simple because I did just break down about how I'm thankful for the most simple thing in life, which is even breathing at all. But I don't know. I like I just said. I guess it's just sometimes that ambition or the competitive spirit just like takes me so far into like wanting more. I just always want more because I believe there's more. So yeah, I don't know. It yeah can be simple. It is simple. Cool. Look
So weird.
at this. I don't know. I'm a very deep person. I love just figuring shit out. But figuring shit out could be as easy as just like instead of trying to zoom out so far, you can just look at what you can't just be there and see it. This is true. This is true. Well, yeah, that's just kind of the stuff I had on my heart and my mind. Today all I've just been thinking about is just how grateful I am just of life in general. I'm grateful for the amazing wife that I have. I mean, even just now, like I didn't expect you to have anything ready aside from the weekend that you planned for me. But you always make the effort to go above and beyond for me, and I really appreciate you. Setting up what's that called? It's not confetti. What's the shit?
Streamers.
Streamers on the outside of our front door, setting up streamers on the threshold and going into the kitchen and setting up. I the balloons. I almost didn't even see them because they're just like it's kind of dark in the house. We don't have any lights on a lot of the time. But yeah, no, like I'm grateful for you. I love you. I'm grateful for my friends and family. I love them all. I'm just grateful for life today. Like I'm grateful that I'm turning 22 and I hope to turn 22 more years and maybe 22 more years after that.
That's a bit much. Wait, no,
That'd
it's
be
88.
66.
22 and 20. Oh, I skipped over
22,
another
44,
22.
66, 88.
Just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm just grateful today. I'm just happy and I'm grateful. It's the simplest way I could put it.
Mm-hmm. That is today's message, folks.
Yeah, just be grateful. Even if it comes down to the smallest things. If you're like me and you like trying to find more meaning in life and you want more and like you reach for the stars and you want this amazing life.
Or it can be as simple as
Yeah.
a
Simple as one, two,
good
three.
a good old Starbucks gets me going through the day. That is as simple as it can get. But
Yeah.
listen, that's what gets me through. That's what keeps me energized and positive. So it can be as simple as that.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel happy being able to get everything that I was thinking about today off my chest.
Do you have to pee?
Hopefully. What?
Do you
A
have to
little
pee?
bit, yeah. But not so much that it's like, oh my god, I have to pee. Like
No, you're
I'm
just
just
starting. That's why you're just
yeah.
starting with the legs a little bit.
Um honestly, I there was a few moments throughout the day today where I felt so many emotions all at once of just like like happiness, but just like so many good emotions. I think the first thing, like when I was getting dressed over there this morning, like I damn near like I felt my eyes start to well up, and like throughout the day there's been moments where my eyes have just been like watering up because I'm just happy. I'm just happy. I've been able to complete life dreams ever since living in Italy. I've been able to complete life dreams ever since joining the military. I've been able to be alive at all. Like it's awesome, and I'm happy the life that I get to live, and that I get to share it with somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. But be grateful, guys. Hopefully, you guys make it to your next birthday and many birthdays after that. And if your birthday's anytime soon or just passed, happy belated, happy early birthday. Birthdays are always good to make it to. Another year of life is awesome. Next year is my LeBron year, 23. I know a lot of people would say Jordan year, but LeBron's the GOAT. That's my 23.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be an interesting year. But we won't look too far ahead. Let's stay here.
Well, you got your message across there, buddy.
Yeah. I hope somebody out there took something from this. I like I said, I believe I'm here on this earth to spread as much love and inspiration as possible. And I just hope that I give off that effect to anybody that knows me. I hope that when I leave this earth, people people take that positive effect away from me and the life I lived. Just
Mm-hmm.
loving person that is there when you need it and can give you a word, something that you might need to hear. That's all I want to be when I die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess that's probably the way I should have phrased it is like, what do you want people to remember you
Nah, because that can be what you call it? Because I feel like that's always too simple. Like that's something that you can ask on a regular basis to anybody, and it's not really like a
for? Okay, well,
meaningful conversation.
okay. Well, it can be as we just broke it down. Like it can be a simple answer, but it can be a lot more than that. So answer
Yeah.
real quick, quick fire. What do you want to be remembered for?
Your boobs.
I don't
You
have
said quick
boobs.
fire, and that's what came to mind.
Okay, a real answer.
My dedication. I've always said that.
Your dedication
Yeah.
to like your work,
Yeah, I guess.
to
I guess that's like the main area that gets recognized is when it comes to a work life. But I don't have a work life anymore, so
I mean, you do.
yeah, I hope you can see my dedication with that.
You do. You make great art on your Makeup by VNA TikTok page.
Uh-huh.
You do take a lot of time for it. It takes you basically my entire work shift.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, then that's a good one. Your dedication and yeah, you're wanting your perfectionista attitude.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it can be a pain sometimes, but I guess it's a good thing to have.
Yeah, that's definitely good. I already said what I want to be remembered for. All that. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I'm done talking. I would like to pee now. And what time is it?
And I'm ready for my freaking dumplings.
Ooh, my birthday vlog is coming out in 3 minutes at the time of this recording. So again, if you haven't watched it, watch it. It's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
We will see you guys next week for episode. Ooh,
God, are we on like 9, 10?
ooh. Let me check. Let me check.
Oh, that might be 9. I think we
I'm
just
pretty
finished
sure this is
7.
8.
Yeah.
Next week it will be 9. Bam. Yeah. So today's 8. Next week is 9.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, we just said this is 8. Wow. So it's been 2 months.
Yes, we said that
Holy fuck.
last episode.
Well, it keeps hitting every time because it's just like every week that passes, like, wow. Anyways, I'm done talking for real this time.
Uh-huh. For our audio listeners only, rate us 5 stars. Drop a question if you have any, or any video recommendations, topics, whatever it is. If you're watching this on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe as usual. And we will see you in the next episode.
Sure will.
I'm gonna go stuff my face with some dumplings.
Yeah. Or wait, are we going to dinner now? Or?
I'm hungry. I've been starving myself all day because I'm ready to down some food.
So we're going now. Okay.
Let's go.
Bye bye.
Bye.